Hello, everybody. This is the Deacon Talks Raw. I was my co-host Jake. He's got a big job tomorrow, so he's not going to be able to make it. So I did send the link out to a few selected people. Maybe they'll come on, maybe they won't. I do have the link in the chat in case anybody wants to join the panel as we listen to President Trump drop some receipts on 2020. Um, we all know, what's going to come about. We just want to hear from his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Hello, Deborah. But yeah, I am on tonight. We're gonna we're gonna watch it live on Fox and whatever, and y'all can join the conversation. We want to know what President Trump knows. See that this is where they messed up at. He is now he's in power. He's back in power. So he told the FBI and the DOJ, he made them investigate it. And they investigated. So now you have a situation where he got some receipts. He ain't said nothing to nobody. All he did was hint at some stuff. And he probably gonna blow the lid off of what's going on. I came on at 8:30 early to give some of the people that I sent the link out to and those who are in the chat, if they wanted to join the panel, they can come on and we can talk about it and whatnot. Um, Tomorrow, I might as well promote tomorrow. Tomorrow, we will be reacting to Brandon Halthal's presentation on Laodicea, the church of Laodicea in Revelations. Revelation. So, yes, when he does a great job. I think we've reacted to another one of his presentations from the Prophecy Watchers Conference in Colorado, Rapture in the Rockies. And yeah, he know his stuff. He know his stuff. To let you know, also, August the 2nd, we're trying to. I think we got him locked in. Billy Crone. He's going to come on and talk about his new book, the Trump Paradox or Prophecy Paradox. And oh man, uh, Billy Crone be going deep. I'm going to be also we're going to be bringing back bringing back some of our old um, guests who've come on, like Bill Federer, Mondo Gonzalez, Joe Hawkins. He loved being on with you guys. He probably will come back on with us. L.A. Marzulli. Now that more and more and more sightings, UFO sightings are popping up, not just here in the United States, but across the world. Yes, we definitely want to get L.A. Marzulli back on and get his take on this. Um, I also want to get a shout out because they're going live too. Pop and Politics, I believe Just the Guys are also going to be going live, all both of them together, along with Michelle Talkington from Christian Conservative. They're going to be live also tonight. Um, I wanted to go live because I want to see how it's done. I've watched theirs a few times, and I'm like, you know what? I think I can do this. So yeah, I already got it keyed up, and the moment they start at 9 o'clock. Hey, Deb, I want to also thank Deb for, ooh, man, last, um, this past Tuesday. Testimony was awesome. It was truly, truly awesome. You know, uh, really, I don't know why AT got on her, but yeah, the spirit was high. And when Tam G came on, that was the perfect mix. So, Deb, we're gonna have her back on, hopefully on the Jackson podcast. Because I do want to do a segment on miracles today. Like, a lot of people don't believe that God is working today. Hey, Carmen, um, I love you too, Deb. Um, he is doing miracles today. There's a pastor. He's all over the internet right now. I think his first name is Ortho, and he says every Sunday that people are coming to Christ. People that want to get their spiritual tongue, they go. You know, he has people set up in the church to help people with that. Uh, People are getting healed, and this is every Sunday. You know, now you got me thinking, uh oh, my uncle just jumped in. He's at a job right now. I hope he don't get in no trouble. Okay. Yeah. He chimed in. He's in here. Uh, so that's one guess. I let Apostle J know. I also let Pastor Damon know. Definitely would like Pastor Damon to come on because he works on the campaign trail for Trump, and he goes out and he campaigns all over the South for him. I'm trying to get him to consider campaigning for Crystal in 2 years. Also, Michelle Talkington with Christian Conservative because she's running also again this year, and she's going to be running again if she doesn't win. But if she does win, yeah, she's going to need some help. And our job as believers is to change the culture. That's our job. Once we get saved, now our job is to affect the culture. We go out, we share God's word. Um, oh man, I forgot about the Canada fires, and now the smoke is in Chicago. Yes, we definitely need to pray for Chicago. Most definitely. So, so wow, wow, man, that's that. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right there. We once we grow in the spirit, yes, we got to share the spirit. Can't keep it to ourselves. Oh, yes. Mm, wow. Right. That's right. Right. Hey, Amber, thanks for coming by. But yeah, we 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 have a lot of work to do. Um, I just can't wait to hear what what the president's got to say. Hope it's clean. I'm just praying that it's clean. You know. Yeah. New Jersey's got smoke too. Wow. Yeah. They said it's wildfires in Canada. That's what's going on up there, and they are. Oh shoot, he done popped out. His signal was weak anyway, but he'll come back in. There you go. I got you. I got you. Yes, me too. I got you. So, but yes, that's what we're doing right now. He should be on in about 15 minutes. Um, I was going over the stuff that what we're gonna have coming up. Um, let's see. I already went over that. They know about that. um, right, got it. Um, that's right, Deb. Right, right now, the Save Act. I think President Trump, he's definitely going to be trying to push that heavily tonight. Um, well, well, here's the deal. This I heard this morning. He is going. He what they did was they incorporated it into a budget proposal that already passed the Senate, and so no, it passed the House. It's about to pass the Senate, and the Save Act is within it. It's within that that framework of that the other bill. They incorporated it within another bill. So that's well, he don't have the numbers. See, you can't filibuster a budget deal. You can filibuster everything else, and because you can technically say the Save Act is a part of the budget bill because the whole objective is to get illegals off of our social programs. That's right, Carmen. It's a mask. He's masking it as a budget deal. So basically, if we get 50 votes in the Senate, JD Vance comes in, bam, it's over with. And Bill Federer, I seen something today also with Bill Federer is about to abandon the Democratic Party. Not Bill Federer. I meant to say, what's that guy's name? Fetterman. Yeah, he's he's about to he is about to abandon the Democrats. Right. That's right. Right. But basically, as he got better, he healed and his senses started. He got common sense. It's John Fetterman. That's right, Carmen. John Fetterman. Yeah, he has common sense. And no, but um, he's basically he's basically like these people crazy. Just like just like Donald Trump said, they are crazy. They're nuts. And then now, as James Clyburn says, you just let the cuckoos out of the cuckoo nest, and we probably won't win another election for decades because we have, based on Ronald Reagan, we have since 1980, 84, over 40 years of watching other countries try socialism and communism and fail. And that's right. 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 Amen. I got you. Man. So basically, he told me he wouldn't be able to pop in tonight. He was like, I'm on a job. I'm like, it's okay. Don't worry, no worries. You know, I said, no worries. Hopefully, everybody. Oh, here come Pastor Damon. Pastor Damon just texted me, said he on his way. So Pastor Damon should be chiming in here real soon. Um, we can pick his brain for what is getting ready to happen. There he is. Oh no, that's Kevin. He's back. Carmen, are you cooking again? Car- you and with my nephew got the house smelling like he got it smelling, making me hungry. That's right. That's right, Deb. Hey, Tam G is in the comments. That's right. Carmen says I'm always cooking. That's a good thing. Kevin, Pastor Damon getting ready to chime in here soon. Um, we got 5 minutes, 5 more minutes before everything kicks off. You probably won't see us, but you will hear us in the background. I got you. Got you. Tam G is at work too right now. She's in the comments. So hopefully I get enough people I can create mods and the mods could help me with recognizing all the chats. So I don't know if if I've told you guys. Um well, yeah, I think I did. Pastor Damon, he is 1 degree away from the president. He knows the president, met the president multiple times, and here's the crazy part. That means 1 degree means he's shaking the hand of the president. I don't know. I just heard it. What is ah, got you. Wow. I got you. I got you. And you know what? Mhm. There he is. Right. Right. Well, actually, you can't say. You're saying three, but you know Pastor Damon. You met Pastor Damon. He's 1 degree away from the president. I got. Yeah. Wow. Already. Yeah. Thought of it. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Mm. Right. I hear you. They about the Foxes should be getting ready to come on here in a minute. He's here. That's the Damon's already here.
Okay. I got you, brother. Well, it's good to hear from you, man. And while you're there, I need to borrow $50 if you can work it out.
oh, let me
Yeah. Yeah. Have a blessed evening, though, buddy. Be safe.
10 4. All right.
Later.
Later. All right, it's 9 o'clock. What's Fox doing? As usual. We're waiting for Fox. Fox News to come on and oh,
I brought me some party goods, man. Got me some pretzels and some
I
water.
got some Doritos and dip. I got you. I got you. And
Good
and
evening.
Carmen got pizza.
Oh, man. Carmen, you need to holler at us. Come on over here, girl, with that pizza. Hey,
Yeah, she
everybody in
got
the
some.
chat. Glad to see y'all in the chat.
Oh, Buchanan's here too.
Mm-hmm. There we go. We got the team in here, brother.
Yeah, hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. We about to find out. You know what we getting ready to find out.
Yes, sir.
We
I
about
know.
to find out what happened in 2020.
They're gonna tell it. They're gonna tell it. They're gonna tell
They gonna tell it.
it.
They gonna tell it.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Here we go. Hold on.
Having debilitating student loan debt can take a toll on someone's life.
There was the threats of, we're going to take.
We are doing great. Less than 2 years ago, we inherited an economic and social disaster. After the worst inflation in 48 years, the wide open borders with millions and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, including criminals of all types, and 11,888 murderers, many of whom killed more than one person.
Wow.
We had transgender for everybody, men and women sports, crime ravaging our cities, and the whole world was laughing at us as a nation, but not anymore. 2 years ago, our country was dead. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. America is respected like we have never been respected before. We have more money being invested in the United States than at any time in the history of our country. More Americans are working today than ever before. This week it was announced that inflation saw the largest monthly decline in more than 6 years. Just happened. It was just given out. The media reported it, and we accept it. The best in 6 years. The tax cuts in our great, big, beautiful bill are saving hardworking families thousands and thousands of dollars, like with the provisions, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, along with the interest deduction on a loan used to purchase a car, but only if that car is made in America, and a 100% expensing for our job-creating businesses. Our stock markets are at their highest point in many years, but we can actually say of all time. And your 401ks, pensions, and retirement accounts are setting records every single day, the highest in history. For years, we paid the highest price for prescription drugs anywhere in the world. Now we pay the lowest price under my most favored nation's policy, because I was able to get the rest of the world and the pharmaceutical companies to act responsibly. Drug prices are coming down by 70, 80, and 90%. TrumpRx.gov, this will ultimately reduce the cost of health care. You have to go to TrumpRx.gov and take advantage of it. But the cost of health care is coming way down because of what we've done with prescription drugs. And with Trump accounts, every child in America now has access to a tax-free investment account to save for their future. Billions and billions of dollars are being invested, put in by companies and individuals to take care of our children so that at age 18, they will have potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in their account, and they'll get off to a great start in life. So for that, go to TrumpAccounts.gov and sign up your child or any child who'd like to sign up. Our previously wide open borders have been transformed into the most secure borders in the history of our country, with 0 illegal aliens being admitted to the United States in the past 14 months. That is 0. Nobody thought it was possible. We had the worst border in the history of our country, and now we have the best. Crime is plummeting nationwide, with the murder rate at its lowest level since 1900, or more than 125 years ago. We're making a record investment in our armed forces, and we have the strongest and most powerful military by far anywhere in the world. I built it during my first term, and unfortunately, we're forced to use it now. We won in Venezuela, which is now working with us to produce millions and millions of barrels of oil. We are likewise winning big in Iran, and you will see the fruits of that labor very, very shortly. America is back and doing really well, but we still have a major challenge that must be urgently addressed, because no country can be great without fair and honest elections. You have to trust your country, because if there can be no trust, there can be no greatness. And that's very simple. No trust, no greatness. For many years, I've called for bold, swift, and decisive action to protect the integrity of America's elections. Every American deserves to know that when they cast their vote, that vote will be counted accurately in a system, and that is to make that system secure, one where cheating and interference are not just difficult, but virtually impossible. Unfortunately, the system we have today falls catastrophically short of that standard. Tonight, I'm announcing the immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence revealing shocking vulnerabilities in our election infrastructure. This evidence shows that the election system we have dangerously exposes and really exposes like levels never thought possible to hacking, exploitation, and foreign interference. Just as disturbingly, this vital information has for many years been covered up and hidden from you, the American people, our beautiful, our great American people. But that all changes right now. The documents we will release starting tonight have been gathered by the White House Government Transparency Task Force, a great group of people.
It's hard to believe that in the middle of record inflation, Mint Mobile is actually lowering prices. Every plan, even unlimited, for $15 a month. You probably think there must be something in the fine print. So to prove there isn't,
All personally reviewed the findings we are presenting this evening and fully confirmed their authenticity.
Sorry for the.
You can see these documents for yourself at whitehouse.gov. That's whitehouse.gov. Go check it out. Our purpose in disclosing this information is not to weaken confidence in election, but to earn that confidence by confronting vulnerabilities and correcting them very, very quickly. And that's what we're doing. The documents cover 5 major areas of concern. First, they show that over a period of years, starting during the 2020 election cycle, the People's Republic of China carried out what is believed to be the largest compromise of election data in history, resulting in China's illicit acquisition of 220 million U.S. voter files. That information includes names, addresses, phone numbers, political party preferences, and other sensitive data that would be needed to register to vote and engage in other nefarious activities, which is exactly what was happening. This data loss presents an unprecedented election security nightmare. The intelligence even shows that China has signed a data exploitation unit specifically to this new project. Compounding the travesty, the second set of documents we are releasing reveals that members of the deep state, very, very famous group of people, in many cases, in our intelligence agency work to actively suppress and downplay information about the extent of China's sinister election meddling, covering it up from both the president and the American people like nobody thought was possible. U.S. spy agencies began learning about the compromise of voter registration files in 2020 when they discovered that tens of millions of voter data, think of that, tens of millions of voters' data in 18 states have been bought, stolen, or hacked by China. Yet those responsible for sounding the alarm instead kept the information secret and hidden. They did not disclose to me as president or to anyone else, and to the best of our knowledge, they did not inform Congress. In fact, all they kept saying is, this is the most secure election in the history of our country, a standard, very pat line that was divvied out to say. The cover-up of this colossal security breach is even more disturbing in light of the additional information showing that China engaged in other election-related activities to undermine my first administration and our 2020 campaign. They did not want, and they just didn't want it. They fought like hell not to have it, Donald Trump, to win, and for good reason. As the documents we are releasing show, CIA reporting explicitly stated, and I quote, in mid-2018, the Chinese Communist Party's policy was to leverage all domestic and foreign elements that were opposed to the U.S. president in an effort to reduce the U.S. president's votes and make him resign or prevent his re-election. Isn't that nice? Also, in mid-2018, China was working to influence the results of the U.S. midterm elections and later the results of the 2020 presidential election itself. Separately, in mid-2019, the Chinese government's strategy against the United States was focused on undermining domestic confidence in the U.S. president. They wanted to just make you sound like your president wasn't so hot, when actually your president has done a great job, and they did everything possible to do exactly that. Going on, this document says, and this is by the CIA, the strategy included efforts to use Chinese contacts with big U.S. companies to influence U.S. business leaders to turn against the President of the United States of America. The Chinese government sought to identify U.S. journalists who had reported negatively on the U.S. president and pay them large sums of money to write more negative articles about him, as many as they could, and they didn't care what they said. The Chinese government wanted U.S. president to lose the next election, and the reason they wanted me to lose is because they knew I was wise to them, charged them billions and billions of dollars worth of tariffs, and built the strongest military anywhere in the world. We have the strongest military anywhere in the world. These are exact quotes from the CIA reporting. The name of the person doing the quote is now under review, but it gets even worse. Raw intelligence obtained by the FBI in 2020, yet buried by rogue bureaucrats, stated that China's activities even included an attempt to manufacture illegal ballots for Joe Biden. Documents show that during this period, dozens of significant CIA and NSA reports about China's election targeting were kept out of the presidential briefing. These were briefings I would get almost every day. Everything was kept out that was of importance. One email among intelligence analysts admitted that they had, quote, deliberately massaged the presidential daily briefing to withhold information regarding Chinese activities related to the election. Another official inside the FBI wrote that she was running, quote, a shadow government, unquote, to keep intelligence about China's election meddling from becoming known and to keep it away from the honorable press. Other officials who witnessed such efforts perceived the motivations to be blatantly political. Recently, we found significant numbers of burn bags in formation, and this is a group of bags that were used to destroy information given by President Barack Hussein Obama to be burned. It was supposed to be burned. These bags were supposed to be at a different level by different people, incinerated and checked, but it never happened. Maybe we got lucky. We believe this was not done on purpose, but rather through gross incompetence of the people that were supposed to burn the bags. But the findings are stunning. Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA to investigate how and why such crucial information was hidden, to fire those involved in the cover-up, and to file criminal charges, if appropriate, against these people. Yet concealing China's meddling was only the beginning. The third set of documents we are releasing proves that for many years, Americans were blatantly lied to about the security of our election infrastructure, including electronic voting machines and ballot counting systems, dishonest, almost all. They're vulnerable and they're easily compromised, and people within our government knew that. Tonight, we're publishing a series of previously classified U.S. intelligence community assessments and other reports proving that our government has long known these machines are extremely exposed to attack. As one assessment states, we judge that the United States adversaries, including at a minimum Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, as well as non-state groups, have the capability to compromise U.S. election infrastructure. That's unquote, but that's some statement, isn't it, made by supposedly great patriots of our country. The document goes on to further state that, quote, we assess that centralized election-related data repositories, such as voter registration databases, poll books, and other official election websites, are most vulnerable to exploitation, and adversaries could use this access to these systems to disrupt election processes within the United States of America. Tonight, we're releasing all of those findings, and spanning from January 2020 to June 2026. This is a cyber threat aimed at the very heart of our democracy. Many people have questioned whether it could actually be possible to electronically manipulate vote totals or change election results on these terrible machines. Today, we are releasing documents that show the CIA obtained reporting of a specific plot to do a big number in favor of the corrupt Maduro regime in Venezuela. And that's exactly what happened, conspiring to digitally rig their own country's elections in 2020, and that's what they did. This reporting included precise details about methods to regime develop to digitally alter vote totals in ways that could not be detected even with an audit, no matter how deep they went. This intelligence underscores why we must take urgent action to ensure that our own system can never, ever be hacked or compromised like it was in the past. The fourth set of documents reveals that even when significant evidence of fraud has been detected, it has been buried and covered up. Among the disclosures tonight are FBI files detailing evidence of alleged fraud by a large-scale voter registration operation in Michigan. In 2020, Michigan State Police raided a Democrat Get Out the Vote organization, corrupt group in Muskegon. And we're so concerned by what they found. They were just so concerned, they couldn't believe it, actually, that they contacted the FBI in Detroit. The documents state that some canvassers admitted to FBI agents that they signed voter registration forms in other people's names, submitted fraudulent registration for people who did not exist, and received gift cards tied to their number of applications that they produced. In other words, it was pay, play, and cheat. The FBI agents working on the case believe that crimes were committed, yet the Biden Department of Justice slow-walked the investigation and killed it. Tonight, I'm asking the FBI director to ensure that the matter is fully investigated and to work with the Department of Justice to prosecute those responsible for any crimes. Finally, to reveal just how vulnerable our elections continue to be, we are releasing the results of a stunning investigation by the Department of Homeland Security. According to the DHS review, state voter rolls and public records, they identified approximately 278,000 non-citizens who are registered to vote in federal elections. Since Democrat states refuse to share their voter files, the real number is actually much higher than that. Yet, even this limited analysis found more than 250,000 foreigners illegally registered to vote. Put together, these disclosures reveal an election system so broken and so vulnerable that no one can possibly defend it. It is not defensible. Hundreds of millions of U.S. voter files are in the hands of foreign governments. Our machines and ballot counting systems are exposed to hacking and manipulation and corruption. China and other countries have been trying to meddle in our elections. Evidence of fraud has been buried. Hundreds of thousands of non-citizens and dead people are listed and active on the voter rolls, and yet we still have elections with no voter ID, no proof of citizenship, and tens of millions of ballots floating aimlessly through the mail. As one example of the insanity, California's recent election for mayor of LA and governor was held on June 2nd, a long time ago, but it was just completed a few days ago on July 10th. Think of that, much more than 1 month. Took a month to count the votes. I wonder what they were doing. This is worse than any third world country. There's no third world country that has elections like we have. In a rare move, NBC and ABC Fake News have both said that they would not cover this speech. They knew what it was about because of the fact that they don't like the topic, because they know how corrupt our system is and they don't want to reveal it. They and others in the media are part of a plot. They want to continue this fraud for whatever reason. They want to keep it going. They want to protect the radical left. They can't have a great country, and that's true. You can't have a great country without free and fair elections. Fraud like this should mean a revocation of their licenses. They use our public multi-billion-dollar in value airways for absolutely no money. They pay nothing. All we want is honesty in our elections and honesty in reporting. They pay nothing for multi-billion-dollar assets. Great damage has been done to our country. Our elections were left vulnerable to being rigged and stolen, and the trust of the American people was lost. This cannot be allowed to continue. Every American, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or otherwise, should be able to agree that we deserve the most secure, honest, and fair election system anywhere in the world. Secure elections should be a partisan, really, we should be together, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, everybody, and it should not be a partisan issue. It should cause to unite us, not to divide us. This should be a cause. We should be united, not divided. In light of the brand new and irrefutable information I have revealed tonight, my administration is in the process of notifying the states whose election data was compromised by the People's Republic of China and many others. We will be working closely to mitigate any harm, and we're taking swift action to ensure that sensitive voter data is better protected so we can never be bought, we can never be hacked, and we can never watch a stolen election again. Tomorrow, the Secretary of Homeland Security will hold a briefing to outline his department's recent work confirming cyber vulnerabilities in our electronic voting systems. They are bad. We're in the process of informing governors, senators, and members of Congress of potential issues in their states. If you look at voting today, it's in such bad shape in so many states, and we are committing to fix it. And we're also committing to be working with those states and local jurisdictions to help them fix and patch known technical vulnerabilities before the midterm elections. We have very important elections coming up. We want those elections to be honest. I've also ordered DHS to notify every state about non-citizens on their voter rolls and direct them to remove all ineligible voters from the lists immediately. But most importantly, addressing this crisis of election security demands that Congress must pass the Save America Act. How easy is that to do unless you want to cheat? The only reason you wouldn't do it is you want to cheat because your policies are so bad and your candidates are so pathetic that you can't get away or can't get elected any other way. This landmark bill requires that all voters must show photo, voter ID. How simple is that? Could I have your photo, please? Photo.
Okay, so I really needed a new car, but I don't have great credit. And last time I bought a car, it was traumatic. I even brought my husband for back.
Are you a citizen of our country, please? And hopefully there will be no corrupt mail-in ballots, which if you watched California and so many other places, Mail-in ballots are inherently corrupt. So you would have no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military deployment, or travel if you're going away on business or vacation. These reforms are urgently needed to stop the vulnerabilities that I've mentioned. To all Americans, I ask you to pick up your phone tomorrow, call your representatives in the House and Senate, and demand that they pass the Save America Act without delay. Together, we will restore faith and confidence in our country, and we will be bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. Thank you.
Sammy,
God bless you. God bless our great military.
What's happening?
And God bless America. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. Good. Well, well. Carmen says somehow this will be racist.
Pastor Damon, what do you think?
I think this was fantastic. Um, I've been knowing for a few months that it was going to be somewhere around July. I thought it would happen just before the 4th of July, but I knew in July that he was going to come with some huge reveals. Um, from some of the things I've been collecting over the last few years, now's the time where you're going to see some people. I saw somebody, we were chatting and discussing. Now it's time to see some arrests and some people being removed out of office.
Right.
You're going to see some remove themselves now, and some of them you're going to see start to remove themselves from life. Period.
Wow.
I mean, it's there's a lot of things already before this moment written and etched in stone that now they know. They heard Trump for the last few years say we got them all. We've got them all for the last 2 or 3 years. Many speeches. We've got them all, and here's the deal: he's got them all, and now he's let the whole world know we got you. And when you have committed crimes of this level,
Right.
this is like international espionage stuff. This is stuff like we know James Bond is a movie, but this is James Bond level stuff,
That's right.
right? And this is no joke. People have actually had to die for stuff like this.
That's
So there's a song that President Trump loves. It's a classical song I have played. I have conducted many times myself as a classical trombonist and trumpet player. It's a song called Nessun Dorma. Really made famous by the Phantom Regiment Drum and Bugle Corps in the performing arts arena in the early '90s. They're out of Rockford, Illinois. Illinois. The song is Nessun Dorma. There's a line in there that's very appropriate for tonight. That line says, "No one sleeps tonight."
That's right.
Nessun Dorma. And you've probably heard the Italian singer that Trump will get to sing at some of his rallies and stuff every now and then. That's one of those songs.
Yeah. I
And when that
remember.
song
Yeah.
come on, you remember it?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah,
I was like shocked. Like, okay, he got an opera singer.
yeah. And that's the song where when he starts singing that song, Trump will take his attention off of the crowd and turn to the side, and he does that that Italian gangster move with his hands and stuff towards the guy while
Right.
especially
Right.
because the song is written with Italian words, but
Right.
it actually in English translates, one of the lines translates, "No one sleeps tonight."
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Buchanan. Yeah, we need to make certain that we're all praying for President Trump tonight and praying for one another.
Yeah,
Guys, everybody who's a Trump follower, how many times have y'all seen people saying, yeah, everybody that's MAGA or a supporter of Trump, you're on our hit list. Y'all think about it. You
that's
better,
right.
better go
That's
ahead
right.
and make sure you got some of them, them freedom pills in your house with some freedom pill throwers.
Hey,
I got a lot of freedom pills in my house. And got 28 syringes to make sure they get where they got to go. You understand what I'm saying?
mm.
Yeah. So that's what I thought. I thought this speech was epic. I saw the words historical in there. I saw the tides are turning, the tables are turned.
Yes, yes,
A whole bunch of things. Yo, chat, you guys are amazing. Thank you for
yes.
being in
You
there,
are.
being so
Oh man.
supportive. Your comments are amazing, and everything, all of you. If I could collect everything y'all have been saying, that's exactly what I would like to say tonight because it was epic.
Yeah. I look. I knew he was going to mention, you know, 2020,
Uh-huh.
but he didn't just mention 2020. He talked about China interfering,
Yeah.
and man,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, okay, that wasn't on my, that wasn't on my list. I was like, China.
Yeah. So I'm gonna drop this heavy on y'all. I don't know. Some people in the chat probably have heard it, and maybe you probably have too. Come through. You're deep into this stuff. So I was in the Department of the USDA building, the United States Department of Agriculture building on the morning of July 5th, the day after July 4th.
Right,
I
right.
woke up that morning at 1:30, hit the road by 2:30, and was in a meeting there at 8:30. And Miss Tina Peters was with us, as well as some other people from Trump's administration and a few others. So I'm not going to tell you what voice actually let us know this, but all of them have been digging into the stuff that Trump talked about tonight. One of the things we know for certain is Maduro from Venezuela. Everybody thought that that was just a hijack for oil
Right, right,
or
right.
whatever, or we didn't need to be messing around over there. Let me help everybody understand. Maduro was connected with Dominion Machines, with that organization or that company to help steal the 2020 election. So Maduro from Venezuela is a part of that.
Yep.
Okay, some of the stuff we were taking care of with oil wasn't happen. It wasn't us wanting to go get their oil. We actually had funneled money down into that country so that they could go ahead and send engineers in there to design the types of facilities that could process their oil to make their oil and good enough to make gasoline and fuel for their nation, and that they could make a profit from it. Well, they Maduro and his cronies stole the money and didn't give the people anything, no
Yep.
jobs, ran our people up out of there from ever doing the work. Okay, so that stuff had as part of it. And then at the same time, because it was the left, the Democrats and the left that were doing all this wonderful money sending to them, so they could go ahead and get their kickbacks.
Right.
Maduro worked with the Dominion voting machines to make certain that the 2020 election was rigged up. Okay, and a lot of Soros's money paid for it. So there's three big. So I'm not a Tucker Carlson fan anymore, but Fox News owes him an apology for firing him when he did, because he was the one that came out first on the big news platform and exposed it. They fired him. Tucker was exactly right. Dominion machines were messed up. Anytime you got a piece of equipment like that that can be logged into a computer system, and you said that this thing can't doesn't have any functionality with internet and Wi-Fi, you're a liar. You're a
Yeah,
liar.
you lying. And check this out. Think about this, Pastor Damon. He was the he was the first person that Trump went and got.
Right.
He's probably him and his wife are singing in jail.
Boy, don't you know them canaries sound like the most beautiful choir you ever heard?
They are singing in jail. Basically, they're like, "What do you want to know? We want to know everything. Where you send the money? Why they bringing you oil? What to refine? Yeah, we want to know everything
Yeah, we want to know the who, what, where, when, why, and how.
and why."
And then
That's right.
when y'all start singing some more, we're gonna put you in the rain so we can start singing in the rain. Somebody going to jail.
So, look, and look, think about this. You ain't heard nothing from nobody. We done had Maduro for how long?
Oh wow, months, man, many months. What? When we go get him? November, October last year, November.
Something like that. But all of everything connected, if you think about it.
Yeah,
Everything connected.
yeah.
All of a sudden now, we connected. Wait a minute. Why is oil coming from the Straits of Hormuz to Venezuela? Iran connected. Wait a minute. Ain't Iran doing operations with Korea and Russia with their navy or whatever? Yeah, okay. Yeah. And this is what I want to tell people right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. As long as President Trump is the president or anybody else that support is the president that supports Israel, we will get all the intel we need from that part of the world.
Yeah,
Because it was because of Israel we knew where to do Midnight Hammer.
yeah,
It was because of Israel. They told us exactly where we needed to hit.
yep,
Israel gives us so much intelligence, it's ridiculous.
yep.
My uncle talked about before you came on, we was talking about 6 degrees of separation. I used to work for an Israeli company, and the GM of our plant fought in the 6 Day War with Benjamin Netanyahu. He says, I have his phone number right here. He come to visit.
Wow.
He came to visit us, and he looked at me and he said, and he asked me, when you came to Haifa, how was it? I was like, how you know I've been to Haifa, Israel?
Wow.
When they hired me, they do a background check. The regular plant did a regular background check.
Uh huh.
They got my name and social. Was like, oh, he been to Israel twice.
Wow.
And we was sitting down eating. He took us out to dinner or whatever. And we sitting down eating. And he just out of the blue. How when you came to Haifa, how was it? I was in the military.
Wow.
And look, that was the reason why when they let go the assistant plant manager, logistics manager, when they let him go, they was like, put Jackson in that spot. And when my boss did it, right? I'm in the parking lot, right? It's lunchtime. I'm in the parking lot working on my car.
Mm-hmm.
He is yelling at the dude because they fired him.
Okay.
He's like, I didn't fire you. You fired yourself. I don't have nothing to do with this. It's just
Okay.
before think about this. You get fired just before Christmas.
Right on. Yeah, that's pretty bad, man.
Yeah. And so, man, I was when he said that to me, I was like, okay, yeah, he is Mossad. And he know and when we got back to the office, he said, Carol, come in the office with me. And my plant manager, he was a believer also. He's the head of security at the Seed Church here in Savannah. And he said, you notice he told you where you been and he never said it before. I was like, yeah. He's like, he did the same thing to me when they made me plant manager.
Wow.
Because he's a former ranger, Army Ranger. He's a tracker. And Brad was like, we gonna make this work. So and we did. We was making money for the company. But you know, people greedy, and so somebody stole some money, then somebody else stole some money,
Yeah.
and the company that we was creating our color for, which was the only company, they put us in Savannah to make color for Caesar Stone, which was in Richmond Hill, which is not, it's like 25 minutes away from my house. And when I left, it was like God was pulling me away from the company. He was like, "You got to go." It's like, well, why I gotta go? So your wife is about to get very, very sick, and you need to be closer to home. And so the place where I used to buy, where I buy all my used cars from, I asked him if he needed any help. He says, "Yeah," and that's where I've been for almost 4 years now.
Okay.
A year after I left, I went to visit, and the last time I went to go visit, they was packing up everything. I was like, "Brad, what's going on?" Man, we shutting down.
Wow.
I was
Wow.
like, "What?" Yeah, he said Caesar Stone shutting down too. I was like, "What?" He said, "This is what he said to me." He's like, "Everybody here has a job at Bessemer City. You know where Bessemer City is, right?"
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they have a plant. Tosoft has a plant in Bessemer City. That's
Okay.
the headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
When I sold him my wife's car, he was commuting with that car back and forth to Bessemer City.
Bessemer City coming down come up my
There,
way.
there you go.
That's right.
They made him the plant manager there.
I judged a band contest in Bessemer City one time. High
What?
school band contest. Back in the late '80s, man. Yeah, that's how long. Yeah. So,
Yeah, and
wow.
so, but yeah, I've been the guy that I replaced. He took me to Bessemer City twice.
Yeah. Welcome to North Carolina, baby.
Yeah, but no, listen. The reason why he took me to Bessemer City is so they could get to know me, right?
Why? Now, let me ask you a question. Was this still working on some kind of link with Israel?
Yeah, Tosoff is an Israeli company.
Okay.
They
So,
make
and now,
they make color for everything. They
okay.
make they make the colors for the plastics in Toyotas, Nissans. They make the color for the plastics all over the world. They make the color for the tiles, for your countertops. If you get A grade, you got A grade countertops in your house.
Uh-huh.
The color probably came from Tosoft.
Wow.
Um, your tiles, the tile floors,
Hmm.
they make the color for those too. And Caesar Stone and Tosoff, the owners are best friends since third grade.
You're talking about Israel, man. It seemed like the last few months. I love how Dr. Trump plays, man. I'm gonna call him Dr. Trump because he's doctoring. Every now and then he made it seem like that there was a little bit of tension between him and Netanyahu.
Yep,
And I like to let people
yep.
know, man, Trump knows how to play you.
Mhm.
He knows how to take them puppet strings and do things that's going to agitate you and make you're really going to squeal on yourself.
Basically.
He's a master at it. But I love it. You're talking about Israel, how he made it look like that there was some tension between him and Netanyahu every now and then. I told him not to be bombing back at those people, and come on, man. We all know Trump has been the biggest supporter of them people defending themselves of any president we've ever had. So why would that, and that, but for the left, that triggers them to go, yeah, see, yeah, we don't like him doing that to them either because, it's going to trigger them. It's going to show who is anti Semitic,
That's it.
who's anti Israel, who's anti Semitic. It's going to show who's anti American. And
Mhm.
it's really right now for the last year and a half of his presidency has been about exposure. So I'm glad
That's
you even
right.
talked about Israel. It's been about exposing those who are not for us. And I think I said one time on here, real recent. Listen, he swore an oath. That president swore an oath, and everybody that's in his administration and that's in an elected office swore an oath to protect this nation from invaders or from to protect this nation from enemies, foreign and domestic.
Right.
So if you're born in the United States, hear me now. If you're listening to this and you're a leftist and you born blood shed on this soil, born and bred in the United States of America, and you're an enemy of the United States of America, you're in trouble. This guy's not playing with you. I
That's
don't
it.
care if you got 4 generations deep in this nation. I said four. I didn't say four. I said four. All right. We down south, baby. We in
We
North
down
Carolina.
south, baby.
Down south, right? My man is in Georgia. I'm in North Carolina. We down south. I don't care if you got 4 generations deep. It's time to go
Hmm.
because you're an enemy of our nation. You're a domestic enemy. Don't think you're getting away with anything, folks. So, all you protesters that's been out of these protests, your phone been pinging all over the place.
Yep.
You don't think you've been nabbed? I'm probably gonna get called in because I come out there confronting some of y'all in those protests. I made newsreels all over Eastern North Carolina protesting y'all. I made podcasts. Podcasters was using me protesting these protesters. So if some of y'all out there been protesting, yeah, it's over with. It's a wrap. This place is getting ready to get purged because he just opened. He did another portal of righteous judgment has
Yep.
been opened into what our government needs to do now to right the wrongs in this country. And those of you who are on like Moses said, those of you who are on the long side, on the Lord's side, stand with me. Those of you who are on the Trump side, stand with Trump, because right now he is in charge. And you want
Yeah.
to have no king's protest? No, he is the king. He is king right now of the nations of the earth for a season and a time. These people are submitting to his leadership right now because the financial benefit that they're going to get out of everything Trump is trying to
Right.
do right now
That's right.
is going to explode their economies. But you got wicked leftists out here fighting against. Hey, some of y'all watching this chat, watching this video right now, your financial situation is getting ready to diametrically change beyond what you could have ever imagined. And you're going to be very pissed at the Democrats for trying to stop President Donald Trump, what he's doing with, I mean, the Fed's getting ready to go away. We can talk about how sad we are about the penny going and the dollar. Listen, he's got to make sure this thing happens for our benefit, folks. They have been
Right.
stealing from our grandparents and great grandparents and from us for over 100 years. It's time to get some act right.
That's it. That's it, man. That's it. Look, I will. I'm every time something happened, I go to my Bible. I'm like, okay, what's going on here right now? Hold on, I need to look. Let me open my Bible up and see. And the reason why I'm like, I don't. I tell people you got a secular worldview. I have a biblical worldview. When things happen, I go to the Bible. When things happen to you, you go to the news.
Right.
You go to the news. You turn your TV on.
That's right.
No, when I see things going on, I was like, wait a minute, that looks familiar, sounds familiar. Hold on, where did I see that before? Where did I see that in Scripture? And I go to the Bible. And the thing is, the reason why you must have a biblical worldview is because so you can understand. Okay, yeah, I know he's uncouth. He's this, he's that, but so was the judge in Judges. His family didn't even like him because but he was a great leader. He was of armies,
Yeah.
and when they needed his help, they sucked it up and got home. Was like, look, okay, can you help us, please? And he went out and won wars for them.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
This is what we have right now.
Yeah.
What we have right now.
That's right.
If all these people, oh, he a pedophile. I ain't never heard. I didn't see no evidence of that. Y'all just saying stuff. Y'all, the you listening to commentators on the news say it, so you believe it,
Eh,
and
Yeah, go ahead. I like that.
you believe it. No, I want some evidence. I want some proof.
But there's a video out there on YouTube. If y'all were YouTube, Joe Biden sniffs. And there's a compilation video of Joe Biden always sniffing on these men's wives, these women, these young girls who broke
The,
in their
the
hair.
children, all that.
Yeah, and every time somebody says, and I got a four photo picture collage of of him doing this too. So when somebody's on Facebook or something on social media and they say something about calling Trump a pedophile, I go, "Oh, you mean like this pedophile?" And I send them a video and a copy of those pictures of Joe Biden. Do you know they
Sniffing
never?
people's hair.
I mean, yeah, and they've been fussing for a half hour, cussing and everything. I said,
That's
"Oh, I
right.
call him a pedophile." I said, "Oh, you mean like this pedophile?" So I send the link to the video and a copy of that picture. I never hear back from them. It is 100% a slam dunk every time. So y'all go on YouTube and get that thing where you can cue it up. And every time you see somebody call Trump a pedophile, you say, "Oh, like this pedophile," and send them the video. You know what I'd say about that? I got a song for that. That song, y'all. I got a song for that. Y'all know what that song is, don't you?
What song?
Man, that song is called Fire. Woo, 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 woo. Ohio Players, 1975.
Hold on. You just reminded me of a skit from like one of these old what's the name shows. I wrote a song about it. Here you go.
Yeah, Living Color. That's right. We're gonna have some fun up in here getting this act right, y'all. Trump said we're gonna have a celebration for an entire year for the 250th anniversary of this nation. Folks, it's time. Deb was talking about dancing. She was saying something about dancing.
Yeah.
Everybody do the Casey and the Sunshine Band and put on your boogie shoes. It's time to start dancing. That's right. Yeah, y'all don't act like I don't know them songs just because I'm a pastor. Who you think was doing the robot and stuff back then with that big afro and them bell bottoms? Man, I was
Yep. Look,
Oh, man.
listen. It's crazy how just people just they don't. And I got people, I got a gunny sergeant. He jumped on my post today because this was my quote. I created the quote. I said, sharing the gospel is like cooking popcorn. Not every kernel is going to pop.
Oh, wow.
You're not going to try to repop it. No, you're going to throw it away.
Yeah.
I said, and then I said that he said something. See, that's that manipulation and this, that. I was like, see, you're an unbeliever because you don't understand where I'm coming from. Bible says, share the gospel. And if you get to a point where you share the gospel and it's not accepted, kick the dust off your feet and keep on moving.
That's right. That's right.
And so, he got upset and said something else. I was like, I ain't got time for him today. I gotta sell a car.
Yeah. Wow, man. That's good stuff.
Man, listen. Tomorrow, like I said, you popped in as soon as Kevin left out. But he was at work. And basically tomorrow we're gonna react to Brandon Houthos his presentation on the Laodicea.
Okay.
And yeah, and he wrote a paper on Laodicea, so he gonna before we play the video, he gonna read from what he wrote, and then we play the video, and then we're gonna react to it, and share it. I'm telling you all in the chat, those watching and whatnot, you do not want to miss this because
Don't
this
miss.
is the church. This is the church that a lot of theologians say the church, the world, the church in America. They said this is the American church. and you don't want to miss this because it's going to be powerful.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be powerful. You know, um, man, it's coming up on that time, Pastor. Um,
What you got to do, man? What you got? Tell us what you get ready to do.
you know, I gotta catch a flight.
Oh,
We gonna get up out of here. It's about 10 o'clock.
it's been a lot of fun though, man. Thank you for
Oh
doing
man,
this tonight, y'all. Let's give it up for Kung Fu, man. Let's give it up for the brother. He is, and I just got to say this, man. You know, when we connected through the chats with, you know, when you were in the chat on Pops and Politics or Christian
yes.
Conservative, you know, and we would always kind of be able to touch a little bit in the chat. I said one day we're gonna connect. I said I believe Kung Fu's gonna do some good stuff, some wonderful stuff. And man, I have had the this is the greatest, some of the greatest fun that I have doing podcasts, man, is doing with you, because it's we
Wow.
get to just improv and we get to talk, we
Yes.
get to have conversation, like man time conversation, you know, and it's good stuff, man. So, you know, everybody in the chat, thank you for being on here to support our brother and our brothers, because it's Kung Fu CJ and Kevin, the Jackson podcast. I'm just a good old bystanding guest that they have on every now and then. But these guys are putting in the work, and they let a clown like me get on here, man, because you know what? When it comes down to it, we're going to preach the gospel. We want to see souls saved. We
That's
want to
right.
we want to see no one left behind. Okay, and I know God is dividing the wheat from the tares. Now we see it.
That's right.
You know, and that has to happen. We read it in Scripture; it was going to happen. But right now, there's still a small nugget of remnant, because see, the curtain of grace is closing, but it's still open just a little bit. So y'all, let's get in there and let's put the gospel out into people's hearing, and pray first for the Lord of the harvest to send laborers into the harvest, and to prepare that ground to receive the seed of the word of God, that it will produce a harvest, some 30, some 60, some 100-fold, and we can go ahead and expand God's kingdom. And when he finally comes and the rapture happens, Satan is going to be one big disappointed mother scuncher. He ain't going to know what it is.
That's right. That's right, y'all. Man, thank y'all. You know, y'all make my day when I come on here. This is the Deacon Talks Raw. However, tomorrow's Jackson podcast. This was special for the president's
Okay.
speech tonight. But hey, I see y'all later.
At least internationally, travel
Go
to
to London, Paris, Tokyo, Japan, go to New York,